All right. So here's local time frame or lower time frame Bitcoin. Okay, you guys have seen this for the past couple of weeks. You know what it is. We never broke down from this range. Fantastic. We held. We're coming back up. We retested this trend line right here. We broke out, came back down, retested. Boom. Now we're pumping back out of the range. So we just need. So what you're gonna see here is probably a couple of taps, like this on the top of the range before we send. Okay. But we're outside of the range again, so we're looking beautiful on Bitcoin. Now, here's what I wanted to show you guys on a higher time frame. Now that we know the structure should be pushing back up to the upside, okay? So when we get this next leg up on Bitcoin, we want to have some targets because we're going to go back into price discovery. So let me go ahead and throw on the fibs on here. So I was playing with this last night, and I got some beautiful fibs on Bitcoin from this 8-month range that fit so nicely. Okay, so take a look at this. So I got Bitcoin on the four-day time frame. All right, I'm gonna put us right up here. Okay, and so we had last year this 8-month range on Bitcoin that was the range of death. Okay, so I just put some fibs over top of this just to give us an idea of where the next target is for Bitcoin. And if you take a look down here, here's the range high. Here's the range low, the 0, and then here's the mid-range, the 0.5. So Bitcoin down here actually came up, tested the range low, retraced, pumped back in, okay, came up, set the range high. Then you see a lot of interaction with the mid-range, right? A lot of interaction right here with the mid-range, right? So we set this range, and then we draw the fibs over top of this, and the 1.618 from the range that we drew was 85.6. Blasted right through it. You see right here, we came back down, retested it perfectly. Beautiful. Boom. Retest the 1.618. Blast off again. The 2.618 called the 108,000 top. Again, perfectly. Touched it right on the penny, right on the dot. Boom, we retrace, we create this new little range that we have, drawn out right here, right? So this is the range that we had all the drawings on. So it creates this new range on the lower time frame, okay? But that 2.618 called the top perfectly, great. So now on the next leg higher on Bitcoin, what can we see? So the next target is gonna be right here at about 130,000, which makes sense. So we expect it to run to about 130K by the end of March. Because last year, February, March is whenever Bitcoin took its next leg higher, kind of topped out and then created that 8-month reaccumulation range that we had. So on Bitcoin, we should see a similar thing where it'll peak out at about 130K around March and then create that new range. And that's whenever you see alts start to go blast off. Because once Bitcoin tops and then starts ranging, people will redistribute their profits down into altcoins, and that's whenever you saw last year from February, March through May and June, altcoins rip face. That's whenever Pepe took its next 10x. So that's what you're going to see on Bitcoin. So we're going to get this next leg higher. We'll get another stab up on Bitcoin dominance. And then once we top out in March, April-ish, start to rotate back into altcoins, you're going to see that next alt season. So 130K is the next target on Bitcoin.
What's the 1618 from this new range that started in December?
That started in December. So you want to do like new fibs on that?
Yeah, what's the
Let's do
1618 on this?
So let me take off this one. 118.
And then what's the 2?
135. So there's confluence there. Beautiful. So look at that. That's a good call. So you get this fib confluence. That's a great call. So look at this. So now we even have confluence between the two ranges. So from the local range, the 2.618 is at 135,000 from this massive reaccumulation range back last year. This is going to be 130K. So Bitcoin, this is a beautiful golden pocket for us to range in. So the next top, you're going to see between 130 and 135, and then you're going to see us range in between here. right? And that's whenever that stuff's going to start rotating back into altcoins. You're going to see altcoins start to rip face. That's beautiful. Yeah, I like it. I like the setup a lot. Bitcoin looks beautiful, and the fib confluence gives me a lot of confidence that's going to be going up there too. If we look at, let's look at it on log too, just to see if there's any. Let's do it like this. So if we look at it on log, make sure these are on log, yep. Okay, where are the targets now? Beautiful, look. I made 142 is probably a little bit high, but look at the log right here. 131K. So both linear fib ranges are between 130 and 135, and the log is at 131. So that's 3 sets of fib confluence right between 130 and 135. So math, baby. I like it.